Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. Sadiah and fellow friends. My name is Shafiq and order is FATHIHAH, ROSSLIANA, NABILA and FAQRUL. We present to you our group topic which is related to issue and solution regarding our formal and informal email writing. I will start with the introduction. Email is a letter sent over a computer or smartphone network. So it called email because it stands for electronic mail. Thus, email is a modern method of sending letters. Email has been used for various fields such as sending message or even official social matter. As the use of email become widely, there are several issues that arise regarding the proper writing of formal and informal email. The discussion will start with the formal email issue.
Issues that identified in email writing are writer use inappropriate language, abbreviated language, and taboo language. So, for the solution, the email writer must use standard language. So, be sure to make a review before send the email. Next, email writer also should take seriously about the ethic of writing formal email. This action can allow the email sender to check the spelling as well as the use of the most suitable word in the email. A good email should be concise yet informative. Usually, there is no subject in the email. Subject is very important because through the subject section, the reader can understand what is to be conveyed in the email. There is also often of no word for greeting and the absence of the sender's name. So, for these issues, email writer should think about the information related to the content and make sure do not make it too long. And then for the greeting, all can be done is by making sure greeting is the key before start emailing someone. And lastly, it is crucial to make a review before sending the email to anyone concerned.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Muhamad bin RAMLAN. Third issue with formal email is time management. Suitable time to send an email is very important because it has a enormous impact that on the percentage of email that are open then discussed. For example, duplicate email. People can check message in email all time and it also can discuss their time. To solve the issue, you must compose your email and schedule it on this to set a specific date and time and research. Next issue from formal email is unprofessional email address format. People use the unprofessional or personal email for apply jobs, business proposal and more. For example, Mad NCT Dream Alliance, Aku Sayang Kamu Alliance and more. It shows that your email address are subjective, generic and slightly. There are many benefits for using a professional email such as branding, building trust, authenticity, reliability, ease for recalling and better drivability and reputation. There are 4 steps to solve the problem. First, you choose a provider such as Microsoft 365 and Google Email. Second, you should get a dominant for professional email address. Third, you choose a professional email address, and lastly, you make a professional email address for employers and WhatsApp use.
Lastly, issue related to formal email is long sentence. This become a common issue in formal emails because mostly will use a complex sentence. They tend to elaborate their point and this will make the recipient hard to understand. So in this case, the writer should use a short and accurate sentence such as keywords that suggest exactly what you are writing about. They also used to put on an unnecessary information, but then in formal emails, we need to prioritize the most important info which is near the top. Besides, in this case, I think it is important to avoid redundancy as we should not use an overly creative sentence. As simple as that, we must keep the message short and direct to the point. If not, this will cause a lot of confusion. As for the issues from informal emails, I would say that there is also an issue in this part. As usual, informal emails is written to any relatives, family or friends. That's why there are no particular rules for it, as they can use any language of their choice. But then, don't use any impolite sentence. Impolite sentence will show your bad attitude. So you can use an exclamation point just to show that you are excited to write to them.
Another issue of writing informal email is being too formal. The writer make a mistake in writing informal email with a long sentences. This is because writers often be involved in formal event. Therefore, this problem can be overcome by the writer directly state the objective of the writing. It is forbidden to use slang language that will interfere with a reader's understanding. In addition, the author must write the subject of the email to be sent. It is to publish the relationship between the author and the reader. Last but not least, writer become too open is a one of mistake that writers does. This causes writers to look down on things that are considered important, such as writing formal emails. Writers must use polite language. Good and polite writing will attract readers to reply the emails received. In addition, writers must write with stable emotion. The tone of voice when writing must also be maintained.
Lastly is closing. Closing is the last thing in email. Recipient will read after reading the main content of the email or can be otherwise. Closing becomes a factor in whether the recipient replies fast, slow or not replies at all. Issue or problems can occur when the sender ignores to put closing in the email. The absence of closing will reduce the reader's motivation to take action such as replying to the email. It is because some people use fake or their nickname on their email to send informal email. So this can cause a problem for the recipient to identify the sender. Therefore, a closing should contain a closing speech as well as the name of the sender is an important element in an informal email. In conclusion, both types of email have their own issue. Those issues can bring misunderstanding during the process of writing. So, email users need to have a little practice and skill in order to write a successful email in the proper ways. That's all from our group. Thank you.